Hello. Didn't notice you standing there. Roll it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Horror Fan 88 channel. That is something that I have not said in about 2 years now. It's been a while, but I am back and got a pretty fun video for you today. I'm going to be showing off my Arrow video collection. Now, when it comes to the boutique labels, I think I have the most of Scream Factory because, I started collecting those back when they came out. So, yeah, I'm going to go over that collection a little bit. And, yes, I haven't made a video in like 2 years. When it comes to YouTube, a lot of my focus has been mainly on the Morbid Hour live stream, which of course is a live stream that I do with my good buddies Hellhound from the Horror Metal channel and Sean Urshan from the Horror Corner. That takes place on Hellhound's channel, so definitely go to his channel, check it out, subscribe to both of them. Great guys. But yeah, that's pretty much where I've mostly been on YouTube. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started into the collection. So kicking off right into the collection with the very first Arrow video I ever got. And that of course being Reanimator from 1985. Now this is in my top 6 favorite horror movies of all time. I absolutely love Reanimator. And this is just such a great release. Now I know just recently there was a 4K for Reanimator that came out, which was put out by, I'm not sure, but it looks great, and I definitely got to add that to the collection. But I have many copies of Reanimator if you've seen my Reanimator collection. But this is definitely the version I watched the most. Really cool, newly commissioned artwork. Pretty plain back, but oh well. Open it up. Got the disc, pop the disc out, and you of course have the original poster art right there. So yeah, absolutely love Reanimator, and this is still just a great release. Next up, keeping it with Reanimator, we of course have Bride of Reanimator, a truly underrated sequel full of fun effects, just gross out stuff. Of course, Jeffrey Combs returning as Herbert West. This is truly a very fun sequel. Love the artwork on that one too. See there. This is definitely a great and loaded release. Of course, right there is the original artwork. But yeah, definitely love Bride of Reanimator, so having it on an Arrow Video Blu-ray is certainly great. So yeah, Bride of Reanimator. Once again, keeping it with Reanimator, we of course have Beyond Reanimator, another really good sequel in my opinion. This one came out in the early 2000s as compared to, Reanimator from 85 and Bride from, either 89 or 90. But this is still a lot of fun, and this is one of my personal favorite additions in my collection. It comes with this great slipcover, has a glow-in-the-dark artwork, so that's really cool. See there, of course I have it flipped to the original artwork right there. And yeah, this is just a beautifully done release. It comes with a nice booklet in there and everything. Now, the only downside to this release is that when I originally bought it, I did not know that it was Region B locked, meaning that, unless you have a Region B player or a Region Free player, it's not going to play on your typical Blu-ray, 4K player, PS5, etc. But I'm fine with that because I already own this movie, on regular DVD, Vestron, Blu-ray, this. So I can still watch the movie on other copies I have. But yeah, finally for Reanimator, Beyond Reanimator. So some of these, in case like they are a part 1 or a part 2, I will show them both at the same time. For example, with these two, of course, Hellraiser and Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Absolutely love these films. I really enjoy the Hellraiser franchise. Most of them anyway. But yeah, Hellraiser looks great on this release. Comes with a little insert. There's of course the classic poster in there. And yeah, so pretty cool artwork on that one. And of course, Hellbound Hellraiser 2. with Dr. Channard on the cover, the Channard Cenobite. I recommend amputation. And the original artwork. So yeah, Hellraiser and Hellbound Hellraiser 2, great releases from Arrow Video. Next up, these next two films are actually a part of a trilogy, and that is, of course, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage and The Cat O' Nine Tails. This is a part of Dario Argento's Animal trilogy, which of course concludes with Four Flies on Grey Velvet, which I have on another release. But, you know, Dario Argento, probably my second favorite director of all time behind Carpenter. And, you know, this one especially, Bird with the Crystal Plumage, is fantastic. You know, this was Argento's first, and it's just truly a great giallo film. Absolutely love it. Right there. So if you haven't seen Bird with the Crystal Plumage, highly recommend it. Then we got the follow-up, The Cat O' Nine Tails, also a very good film. I definitely prefer Bird with the Crystal Plumage, but yeah, this one is still awesome. So yeah, next up, Bird with the Crystal Plumage and The Cat O' Nine Tails. Next up, we got another cool release here, and that is, of course, Edge of the Axe. Now, this is a film that I have not watched in a very long time, but I'm definitely happy to have this release. You know, great artwork on that one. Really cool stuff. So, I definitely need to give this film a rewatch just because it's been such a long time. But I've always really liked that artwork right there. So, Edge of the Axe. Next up, we got us a wild one here, and that is, of course, Frank Henenlotter's Basket Case. Good old Belial on the front. This movie is absolutely insanity. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It is just nasty, disgusting, awesome. You know, once again, I do have the other Basket Case films, but I have those on DVD. But this is the only one I have on Arrow Video, and yeah, Basket Case, fun time. Next up, we have another absolutely wild film, and that is, of course, Society. Oh man, this movie is absolutely insanity, disgusting, but it's fantastic in every way. I could not recommend this movie enough. If you like body horror and stuff like that, then look no further than this film. You know, it was directed by Brian Yuzna, who did a lot of films like Bride of Reanimator, Beyond Reanimator, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. You know, so he's definitely known for some crazy films. And this one is just awesome, so definitely check out Society. Next up, we have a good old slasher film, and that is, of course, Blood Rage. This is just an amazing 80s slasher, truly underrated. And, you know, if you're not familiar with this movie, it is a Thanksgiving Day themed slasher. Now, it's a slasher film that's set on Thanksgiving, so it's like not a main, you know, pinpoint that it's Thanksgiving, but it definitely has a lot of Thanksgiving elements in there. You know, like he gets blood on his shirt, and he's like, that's not cranberry sauce, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, it is just such a fun movie. It's one of those slasher films where it's not a whodunit. Because, you know, we have a lot of 80s slashers that are whodunits. This one, you know who the killer is, and you follow him, and it's just an absolute blast of a film. Blood Rage. Check it out. Next up, we have just an absolute masterpiece, and that is, of course, An American Werewolf in London, the 4K. And this truly is one of the greatest horror films of all time. I know this is a lot of people's favorite werewolf film. Beautiful artwork, of course. And the film just looks fantastic on 4K. Yeah, this movie is, of course, one of my favorites as well. So if you haven't seen this film, definitely get the 4K of it. And just enjoy yourself some good werewolf scary action. Next up, we of course got two Wes Craven classics. That is, of course, The Last House on the Left and The Hills Have Eyes, both the Steel books. And, you know, they're both beautiful releases, of course. So yeah, let's get into it. The Last House on the Left. Now I know this is one of the pioneers in horror films, and you know it's a classic, but it's just one of those films that I've seen, I can like, but I never get the urge to watch it. It was almost always like a one and done for me personally. But you know, it comes with a booklet, some nice artwork. So there's no denying that it's not a classic. It's just not one that I tend to ever really want to watch. But it is a beautiful release. Now, on the other hand, The Hills Have Eyes is one of my favorite Wes Craven films. I love it. Once again, beautiful artwork on that steelbook. Just looks amazing. Open it up. You got a booklet in there. Great artwork. So yeah, got two Wes Craven classics right there. Check them out. Next up, we actually got one of my newer additions to the collection, that of course being the Friday the 13th, 2009 4K. And I absolutely love this movie. It's one of my personal favorite remakes. Just such an awesome movie. Of course, we got great artwork on this. And this is a truly loaded release. Of course, there's the original poster art. Open it up. Right there. 2 discs. You've got a greeting card right there from Crystal Lake. And you, of course, got a pretty good sized booklet as well as a poster. And one day I will hang the poster up once I get a decent frame for it. So, yeah. Absolutely love this. And of course, I do want to get the Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X 4Ks from Arrow. But I'm just definitely happy I have this. It looks awesome. It's great. Just a damn good time. So, the Friday the 13th remake 4K. And finally, to end this off, we have a film that is in my top 10 favorite horror films of all time. It means a lot to me. I just love it, and I'm so happy to have this release. That is, of course, Trick or Treat. Yeah, I absolutely love this movie. This movie is the essence of Halloween. It is bathed in Halloween atmosphere. Truly, I wish Halloween felt like this every single year. I just love everything about it. It's in my top 10 favorites. This release is incredible. And this makes like the 4th or 5th copy I have of it. You know, I have it on DVD, original Blu-ray, Scream Factory Blu-ray, and now Arrow Video 4K. See that poster? Back. This release as well is loaded. We got tons of postcards, a booklet, a poster. You know, one day I'll give this, I'll review the film and show off this release in a much more big detail and everything that comes with it. But for now, this would be my final Arrow video I have in my collection for now. Trick or Treat. And with that being said, that was my Arrow video collection. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the releases that I have. And yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. Like I said, it's been a good minute since I've done a YouTube video. Maybe next I'll do my Vestron video collection, because I got a good few of them as well. If I was to do a Scream Factory collection, I'd have to put it in like 2 parts at most. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. Hopefully I'll put some more videos out there. This will be like a refresh to the channel. But yeah, it's nice to see you all again. And with that being said, I'll see you on some more. Keep it horror.